Welcome everybody. MWR Report live right back at you, man. And I am joined by
It's SG3, man. It's been a long time since we done one of these, man. This feels good. How you been, bro?
Been Good. We got a lot to talk about, man. So biggest news of yesterday is Brian Danielson got defeated and now is officially retired. His career comes to an end, unfortunately. And what a long career it has it been, bro. You see that at all last night?
I actually didn't catch it. I was doing some stuff, man, but I actually saw something that made me think. So, did you know that his last match on Raw was against Seth? Last match on SmackDown was against Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Last match of career, John Moxley. So he went up against for the last match against the three members of the Shield, man.
Well, let me just read you off some, stats from him. So put it this way: he's retired, right?
Yep.
As he's retired, his career includes 4 WWE Championship reigns, 3 WWE World Heavyweight Championship reigns, 2 WWE Tag Team Championship reigns, 1 Intercontinental Champion, 1 United States Champion, as well as one-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And of course, there's many more, especially from the independencies. But when it comes to the big game, I mean, from the guy that basically, WWE did not believe in, really. Let's be real, and we already know what era we were at the time. Unfortunately, he had setbacks and, his career did come to an end earlier, but he made it out. He got back at it. He fixed his neck problems. He gave it one more run, and what a run has been, man.
But I think at this point, aside from changing his game, or aside from getting the surgery and stuff, the thing that really helped him was he changed his style.
He did,
So
actually.
if you look pre-surgery, he was more aggressive. He was more like doing flying headbutts, doing a lot of things that honestly could cause you like a lot of damage. And also possible CTE. After the surgery, he kind of chilled out, was more like in-ground, more technical, like really went back to the old school kind of technical style.
Well, good thing you mentioned that, because you remember why he had to retire the first time around?
Because of a bad neck. He couldn't get approval.
Well, actually, also that, and he suffered a concussion. It was against Sheamus, and he headbutted him real hard where he got concussed the first time around, where he had to retire as champion, if you remember. Yeah. So, it was pretty bad, man. And like I said, man, but what a ending. So, I caught a little bit of it, and that ending was just really weird overall. Like the him versus John Moxley, and I don't know about you, man, but the crowd was very silent and shocked and all, because we didn't expect him to win the way he won. He won clean and all. And I mean, honestly, man, can I say it's the right way to go? Maybe not, but
I think it was the right way, but the wrong moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the right way, wrong time.
Plain
and simple. Because he just won the belt, man. So you're expecting him, all right, cool, at least hold it for what, 3, maybe 4 months? He didn't even hold it for 2 months.
Well, apparently this is actually Brian's idea, that he wanted to lose clean against John Moxley, apparently. So, I mean, it's just call, and I don't think he's not going to be gone from the company. He's going to be backstage. He's probably going to get more into a creative role. Because I don't know if you heard, but Jimmy Jacobs was actually quit his role as being creative in the creative team. I think he was a head guy right now from AEW. And apparently it was too tough of a schedule on him. By the way, he's also a wrestler. He wrestled back in the day. I personally think he was just burned out in general, which they did say he was burned out. Personally, to me, I mean, I seen the stats and I see all he got from being creative. I kind of think it was a dumb idea that he quit. But hey,
I think at this point, though, if you think about it, it's a week-to-week thing. So when you're at your job and you're doing the same, and you're doing something different, and it's like, imagine you go to a job and you have to come up with something new every single time,
right?
And you don't have a long in-between period.
Yeah.
So like for us, we have a quarter. Cool, we do one quarter, next quarter. So we have time to think about it. And these guys have to come up how to continue something, how to end something, how to start something week in, week out, day in, day out.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like you just have your one show, but now you have your 3 shows on the week, and then also your pay-per-view on the weekend.
Well, you have also Ring of Honor and dark matches between. collusion and all that other type of stuff. And apparently their new, I guess Rampage is coming in, and their new show deal with Fox in the future, where we know it's coming, we just don't know when it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure they have to really put some matches up really well. And let's be real, Rampage was a failure. So
It really was.
So whoever is on that creative team, which I really think is going to be Bryan Danielson, I think he's just going to have a better role when it comes to being creative. And I mean, we already know he's kind of like the the enforcer backstage.
Yeah.
Where he deals with basically the drama of people. So he's just gonna have a bigger backstage, and we all know that Tony Khan really loves the man. Like, he trusts this guy to the point where he told his father, if anything ever happens to Tony Khan himself, like God forbid he passes away, that he wants the company on the hands of Bryan Danielson. That's how much confidence this man has on us.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we already know Tony Khan loves him. There's always going to be a job for him. And personally, I don't think he's going to go back to WWE.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not. He found his life first, so it's all good. By the way, super random. Christy Vision, hello, new to the stream. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comment. It really means a lot to us. Go ahead and subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us late night tonight, Sunday night. But yeah, dude, another surprise last night was the return of Adam Cole, baby. Which, man, let me just criticize this a little bit. But all right, so put it this way: you remember the storyline of him being the devil, revealing himself being the devil, and then MJF finally having this moment in the sunlight where he finally comes back and kicks Adam Cole's in the you know what. And God forbid, no guy ever wants to get kicked there. And then beats him,
shine,
beats him down, rightfully so. And then that's it. And then at the time, Adam Cole did, build up this Undisputed Kingdom team where we had Warlow, we had what's his name, Roderick Strong, and of course a couple of guys in there, and they did nothing with it. I mean, I don't even know where Warlord is at anymore.
He's somewhere in the mid card.
Apparently. And so that never went about anything because Adam Cole was still injured. So that storyline, the whole Undefeated Kingdom, just disappeared. And then last night, we haven't seen Adam Cole in a long time. He pops up.
Months.
Yeah, in months. And we all know that MJF is a heel right now.
Yeah.
So he comes back, and right away, Adam Cole is somehow the face of all this.
So here's my thing in regards to all this. I feel that in that moment, AEW fans just, when someone comes back, they're a face, and it's like it takes them a while, and then they go back to being heel, and then they'll go eventually back to being a face.
Right.
And right now, yesterday, because again, the Undisputed Kingdom is done, Adam Cole's back, he took out the heel. All right, cool, we're gonna cheer you again. Hey, about 6 months, and then he'll go back to being a heel.
Right. And which doesn't make any sense, though, man. I mean, like, I get it, but consistent storylines, it still should be a good thing. And the last time we saw him, he was a heel. At least come back
As a heel.
under the devil's mask.
Yeah.
Turn off the lights, come back, super kick, bam. Takes off the mask. Adam Cole, baby. And guess what? He'll still get a pop. Rightfully so. I would pop for him, but he still keeps it as a heel. And then we could have maybe this heel versus heel type of thing, which I don't mind seeing. But of course, they didn't go.
I think it's just the nostalgia of the fact that he's back. Look, I remember when we were kids. I mean, right now, even still, we get people who are heels in the business come back. We give them a pop.
Well, you know what this reminds me of is you remember Triple H where he got injured
2002 with the knee. Yep.
Yeah, and then he comes back, and then all of a sudden he's the face when he was like the heel for most of his career at that time.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Comes back with the ripped jean jacket and all that stuff. Yeah, I remember that one. Yep.
Doesn't make sense. I didn't agree back then, nor do I agree right now. It'll be interesting to see where they're gonna go develop this storyline afterwards, or maybe they don't. By the way, we got a comment.
We got a couple comments. We got OTC Roman Reigns. Put the ones up. Put the ones up, everybody. Acknowledge. Brother Contreras, really can't read the name, but shout out to everyone in the chat, including Rejo Runner. Keep up the good work on the channel. Appreciate it. And shout out from South Bronx, Brother BKO Contreras, aka Sport Entertainment Guy. Hey, brother, we appreciate that, man. Thank you. Means a lot to us, man. Like and subscribe.
Yep, like and subscribe.
Thank you for the comment as well. Means a lot to us, man.
Appreciate you joining us tonight. But yeah, dude. How
did you feel about You know what? Let me go ahead and just. I know we're talking about something, but I gotta ask you because I know you probably saw some highlights of it. The Ricochet versus Will Ospreay and the other dude. How did you feel about that match?
I felt like it was all right for what it was.
Um,
The ending though, where Kyle Fletcher came out and backstabbed Ricochet, I just didn't like the fact that
and Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay, yeah, where he did not no sell the screwdriver. Like you got hit by a screwdriver, you're like, I don't get it. Why you attack me, bro? It's like you get hit with the screwdriver, that hurts first of all, and you just stand up and still shocked and confused. Like
it's because the state of shock and confusion doesn't absorb the hit the same. Man, come on,
like
it happens all the time. It's happened to you. Someone comes up hit you with the screwdriver, you're like, what happened?
Yeah, that happened to me earlier in line when I was shopping for groceries. I still got confused. I'm like, what just happened, man?
You see, it just happens all the time. You see, guys, just letting you know, if you're in state of shock and confusion, I guess a screwdriver hit doesn't hurt.
But what do you think, personally?
From what I saw, there was a lot of backflips, a lot of flips.
A lot of flips and dips.
A lot of no selling.
Of course.
And I was like, okay, so, I mean, a lot of botches. And I was like, you know what, cool, it's expected.
So,
it's expected.
You know what's funny? We were all excited to see Ricochet finally, make his return into a place where they allowed him to finally do his flips and freely, do his wrestling. But I don't know about you, but since he's basically now has the freedom to do whatever he wants,
he's not the same.
He's not the same. Like he aged dramatically. Like
this guy, 34,
right? But I thought not too long ago, like a year ago, he was still decent. But it's like, I guess it's like for years they kind of limited, and he got used to it to the point where he's trying to get back to that rhythm, but he just can't no more. And it's unfortunate because the man was talented. The man was crazy in NXT. I remember watching Ricochet,
NXT and Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
definitely. But I think honestly, brother, this is my thing where it comes to it. I think they pushed Ospreay versus Ricochet too soon on us. As a fan, you wait at least a year for that match.
Right.
It was like, I get ratings were down. I get that 100%. I get that's the match that everybody wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're not getting a quality kind of match. We're getting honestly a how could I say, a rushed match, a not so well kind of thought out match. A lot of people are now doing the same poses, the same everything. So it's like it felt carbon copied.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. We got a comment from brother BKL. Kenzo, listen, dude, I want to completely butcher it. I'm normally good with reading, but I want
Kanoski.
Kanoski to Kushida is a sneaky guy until interference by Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher. Unfortunately, screwdriver so deadly until it could hit through the head. Remember Kenny Omega. That's also very true.
Yeah, that's also very true. It's kind of like a what's it called? A turnaround about where goes around, comes around. It was a good match, few bouches. Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad though. I personally still enjoyed it, but that's just me. You may not like it, man. That's cool, bro. Yeah, like I said, I personally would like to see where they're gonna go about this. And obviously, Ospreay's gonna feud with all of them, all the Dan Callis family from now on. So
don't be surprised if that's to take away the heat with Ricochet.
In a way, yeah. But then where does Ricochet go about this? Does he team up with Ospreay now?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to team up with him right now. I think down the road, yes. But right now, it's like let Ricochet get back to that level where he's comfortable at, where he's doing the dives. He's really selling everything when he was in NXT. You let him develop that style again, and then you get one more time.
Yep.
The third time, 1-on-1. Ricochet versus Will Ospreay.
You know what's my favorite highlight though from Wrestle Dream? Them boys defeated Chris Jericho from the Learning Tree, man. That was actually really nice. I thought Jericho was gonna capture the Ring of Honor title again, but Jesus Christ, man, that was a turnaround for me. I enjoyed that one. I really did, man. It's about time that Mark Briscoe gets his flowers, dude. I mean, from losing his brothers a couple of years back, where he was always in the tag team. And let's be real, Jay Briscoe was really the star of that tag team. He had all the talent. That's my promo.
Charisma, everything.
God, I mean, due to his controversies at the time, the guy couldn't get a chance on, on any basically, higher network.
Yeah.
But the guy had a lot of talent. And now, his brother's doing his own thing, his own singles pushing. Dude, it's been great.
It's been good.
Dude, you know what it reminds me of? And I don't like comparing, any wrestlers with another wrestler. It kind of reminds me of he's like the R-Truth of AEW in a way. But, actually winning some fucking titles out there.
What are you talking about, man? R-Truth is the most decorated 24/7 champion in history. Leave that alone.
Yeah, right. I mean, at least he won the tag team titles, right?
Yeah.
Got his Mania moment somewhat.
Somewhat, He's done a couple things, His Royal Rumble moment.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and thought it was a Money in the Bank match, There's that one. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So he had his moments.
I mean, if you want to give him that, all right. Well, I mean, I like R-Truth too. But that was a surprise. When about that? You catch any of that?
No, I didn't. I tell you, dude. Yesterday was unfortunately I had the death of my family.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
So I was with my family basically this whole week, and this I still am right now.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us, by the way, SG3. So we appreciate it.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah. And as well as that surprise appearance of, you remember this guy, Rico.
Oh God.
Remember the tag team, Billy and Chuck, and
yes,
he was in it.
Yes.
You
look so good to me.
And then he's also managed a 3-minute warning for a bit.
Okay,
yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
So he made his appearance last night, man, and he got Fame-Mazer from Billy Gunn. So welcome to AEW if he signed. We don't know yet. I mean, he just because you appeared in the brand doesn't mean you got a contract. But who knows?
Could be independent. You never know.
I mean, but we also have MVP and Shelton Benjamin now. And
I thought they actually signed, didn't they?
Yeah, they did sign.
Okay.
Those guys did sign, and we're still waiting for Bobby Lashley's
Bobby Lashley's going to sign. It's not an if. It's when he's going to sign.
Well, they're looking like they're trying to recruit pretty much more talent into their group. So
we're starting off with Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting to see.
How do you feel about that angle?
I kind of like it. Because at this point, where else do you go with Swerve Strickland right now if you're not going to put him in the title, the title event? And right now, his Adam Page feud is just kind of like they're trying to push it out. Maybe bring another match in the future, but why all of a sudden keep continuing the feud?
Well, it's because I think at this point, it's one of those situations where if there was a good thing, which it was a good thing in a violent match, you don't want to add another match to what you just got.
Right.
Let it simmer down. Then 6-7 months from now, cool. We'll go ahead and revisit this again and see how we feel about it.
Right.
That was one thing. I remember WWE when they did the whole Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles.
Right.
It was literally the same thing. Just match
after
match after match. It just got stale.
Well,
give him space.
One guy I would like to see in that stable somewhat, and doesn't really make any sense because he's been gone and MIA, and I don't even know what's going on with him. And that's Limitless Keith.
Yeah.
I don't know what's good with that guy, man. I don't know if he's having health problems.
I heard he's had a lot of family and health problems. That's what I've been reading about.
Yeah, I heard too.
2 comments over. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Brother BKL said, I give credit with Mark Briscoe until he retained his championship. Don't forget that this is the memory of his brother Jay. That's why he needs to retain as part of the memory until he stays through 2025. Agree with that.
Yeah, totally.
Secondly, Rico's really making me laugh. Unfortunately, I like him. Also remember Blue, a.k.a. Umaga, God rest his soul. My God, that's great to return. Unfortunately, it definitely lost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, man. 3-minute warning, man. Rosie and Umaga, both men, actually. Yeah, passed away, unfortunately.
God rest both for their souls.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but it's unfortunate. But, definitely. It's nice to see Rico back in the ring as well. You saw that at all? Were you surprised? I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised.
Highlights because like I said, I didn't see it, but I did see some highlights about it, and I saw him like, is that Rico? Yeah. I honestly had dude, I was about to text him like, I don't know if I should text him. I'm like, wait, is this Rico?
Yeah.
Like the dude with the sideburns and the little short guy. I'm like, this really Rico from my childhood.
And it's funny that right away he gets attacked and Fame-Mazer from Billy Gunn. It's kind of funny, it all comes to the first. It didn't click in my head until I started thinking, oh, Billy and Chuck. Yeah. That would have been nice to have Chuck in there at some point,
Whatever happened to him?
That's a good question, man. Maybe he's just stopped wrestling due to age and found some other job because he just kind of disappeared.
He really just fell off the face of the planet. Man.
I don't remember him joining any other promotion.
He didn't. No,
I've never seen him in any other independent scenes either. But we got another comment, I think.
Unfortunately, again, brother BKL, thank you for all the comments, man. Honestly, we really appreciate
Yeah,
it. Unfortunately,
appreciate
between reveal of the magic box, seriously, that's mystery. So yeah, it looks like no one knows really whatever happened to Chuck ever since his departure from WWE.
Oh, well, hopefully he's doing great.
I hope he's doing great. I hope everything's working fine for him. But you were talking about Limitlessly Keith Lee earlier. Let me bring you back to that point. I've been hearing a lot of things about him, that he's here, he's there. He's unfortunately right now he's like going through like some mental stuff. I know his family issues. So it's just like a little bit of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why he hasn't been on camera as much right now. However, though, I don't know how you feel about this, but eventually this could also be added to his contract if he's trying to leave. So if he's trying to go back with his wife, this could be added to his contract. Like, well, remember, you cost me almost 3 years of your contract.
So you're saying what has going on, the Lucha Bros right now?
No, supposedly there's no supposedly, there's no allegedly nothing. Tony Khan said, "I'm not releasing you because you owe me time."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's why, that's why. And if you look at it, notice he waited. That's a petty move from Tony Khan.
No.
Look at the reveal that happened, dude. That's a reveal. That was a reveal, brother. Come on.
No, sorry. Look, that is not a petty move. That is business.
Of course
Tony Khan. And if I was Tony Khan, I would have done the same thing. Honestly, dude, you got to fight fire with fire. And in a way, the Lucha Bros should have gave him a heads up. And at the same time, it's all business, bro. It's a war. We're going to war here, man. You got to throw out everything. Ain't no friends in this business.
Of course not.
There's actually the issue with Tony Khan is that he was too friendly with a lot of wrestlers, and it cost him. But now it looks like he's ready to go to war. Now he's like, well, you know what? You got injured, so you want to go to WWE. You did all these reveals. Guess what? You ain't going. Not right away. You're still going to be under my contract. Yeah. And I like that. I like that the man's finally getting a backbone and it's fighting back. I'm one of those guys that thought that the CM Punk video reveal was a great thing. And that's just me. Did it pop as much ratings as they wanted to? No, but it did get a pop. It did get a boost. The man is finally fighting fire with fire. Because, I mean, the guy finally got a great deal, dude. $185 million contract. They're making bank, bro. Like,
they're on basic cable now, so they're no longer on TNT or TBS. They're on basic cable now with Fox.
Yep, and they're going with Fox. They're gonna get a deal, and I feel like it's gonna have to be somewhere between FS1.
I think it's FS1 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
or regular Fox.
And that'll be great if it's on regular Fox, even on Saturday. Or not Saturday because of Delusion, but Friday night on Fox. That's not bad. I mean, you're losing a slot, and Fox wasn't happy with SmackDown's basically results that they got from them. That's why they dropped them.
Yeah,
they weren't happy at all. Now Fox to throw some money at a smaller company like AEW, don't have to throw them that much money and still get somewhat of a decent rating for them. So, and they could experiment. And if they don't like this after this, guess what? We're done with you, and we're never going to do wrestling again. And the way things are going about these days with sports and all, I wouldn't be surprised too soon if all wrestling companies are just staying into a streaming. I mean, this is why WWE
went with Netflix.
Yeah, with Raw itself, and we're already seeing promos and banners and everything. Yeah, and that's kind of like the future.
Also, don't forget, I think AEW just got with Max, right? It just signed with Max.
Well, it's simultaneously streaming both on TBS and on Max at the same time. That's what I heard, which is a good thing. I don't know about their PLEs though. I don't know if they're going to be basically, I wouldn't say free, but with description, it should be free, or I think they still might charge you.
Like at the zone? And
which I kind of hate that. Yeah.
Here we're supposed to worry about our pockets. Like, hey, man, we're finally gonna get a heavier pockets. Never mind, no, we're not. Again, brother BKL, he said he actually said plus between contract will expire very soon. Also, Keith Lee needs to choose it because be returned or go back to the WWE brand. Wherever I say this is his decision. And again, I 100% agree with you.
I don't know if he'll go back, dude. I really don't. I feel like there's a lot of health issues, and WWE does kind of cutting the fat when it comes to that lately.
Yeah, like I think if you can't perform an X amount, they're just gonna cut you.
They're gonna cut you, and Tony Khan's more laid back about that. I mean, look at Adam Cole, look at Britt Baker, there's a lot of people that had some issues, and he's more nicer about it, and it makes more sense. It's smarter financial decision for Keith Lee itself. Another guy they were talking about is Malachi Black returning to WWE. That makes a little bit more sense because that was a Triple H guy. Yeah. But I know recently there was rumors, but yet Tony Khan did clarify a year ago that he still has 3 years left in his contract. Yeah. So I don't think he's going anytime soon. And I mean, can he be successful in WWE? Like I said, he was a Triple H guy, so I feel like
they would Triple H. So he was great. He was fantastic.
Great. Yeah, no, he was great, dude. In the NXT brand, he was one of the guys I would love to see every week. Yeah, that whole era from NXT, man. I think it was like
Triple H era.
Yeah, the Triple H era, the Golden Black era. Man, that was insane, dude. That was great. Speaking of debuts, more City Machine Guns have an official debut date.
What?
It's October 18th. We already seen promos.
So that's next week Friday. Okay. Yep. Actually, this week Friday. Sorry, this week Friday.
Yep.
So y'all already know. Local channel, look it up. SmackDown.
Yep. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin are going to finally make their WWE in-ring debut on SmackDown, which is going to be nice to see finally. Because, all right, so put it this way. I don't know if you saw it, but they were talking about they're bringing in a tag team next week. And then later on, we got a little commercial of it, a new tag team. And then it was the Motor City Machine Guns, logo and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, now you're bringing in more, more depth into the tag division, which it needs
right now, especially.
Yeah, and if they're saying that SmackDown was thinking about going 3 hours,
you gotta put some tag matches.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't like 3-hour shows, but if they're going to do it, yeah, beef up the fucking tag division. They really need it at this point, and as well as the women's division, women's tag division, so to say.
Oh goodness.
We got another comment.
MCMG will debut this Friday. Yes, brother. Yes, sir, they will. Yes, sir, they will.
If you guys don't know, though, man, backstory with them, they were in TNA for most of their careers.
A long chunk of their careers. They were actually with AJ Styles, one of the original ones.
Mm-hmm. And they also had a good match against the Young Bucks back in the day when the Young Bucks weren't the Young Bucks.
Where they were the Young Bucks.
Yeah, well, they were
younger
with a different stable name and everything. They had a hell of a career in TNA, and they were both individually champions at some point. So, I mean, these guys are good. These guys really shaped up the generation of tag team division, man. These guys were influenced so many tag teams to this day. It's crazy. So these guys are legends in itself, and they still could go. I mean, they might not be as quick, as fast, but they're still going to put up a show, man. They still have charisma. They can still do it. And WWE's a slower pace atmosphere. Environment and all. So I think they're going to do great, man. I really do. I can't wait for the debut, and I think it's much given to them because, I mean, they're getting older, and they do need a check, man. You do need to end your career the right way and hopefully get a Legends contract.
Go big or go home,
Go big or go home, man. I mean,
they're going big.
I mean, but in the end of the day, whether we like it or not, WWE is the place that you want to have your retirement at, man. You want to get your Hall of Fame ring, man. That's like the major leagues, really. We got another comment.
Hold on. Once again, brother Big KL. Unfortunately, Penta el cero miedo. And Ray Phoenix, I'm saying that. And Ray Phoenix did not sign with WWE just yet. Don't forget. Their contracts with AEW and contracts still being extended.
That's true. I mean, they say that the rumors are false about them making merchandise and all, because there was a lot of reports about them making merchandise, them having masks and all, and then it was later on proven wrong. There's a lot of reports out there. Definitely. And one report that I want to get into, and this one's a mixed bag of emotions, is you heard the report that The Rock's not scheduled for WrestleMania 41, supposedly.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, he came out and he said that's bull.
Yeah.
He said, I never said that.
But, that's what I'm saying. There's so many reports out there that one source is this, one source is that.
The other source is that.
Yeah. That's why I never like to go off of it. I just like to say what the reports are and what sources, because it changes every day. And unless we get it every hour, unless we get the real source from the real person, we'll never know at that point. But that did mix up a lot of emotions when it was told, and it was a lot of confusion. Like, okay, if you're not showing up for WrestleMania 41, what are you going to do then? Why do you show up at all?
Or especially right now, because if you think about it right now, here comes a big event, Survivor Series, and then Royal Rumble, and then WrestleMania.
Right.
So it's like right about now is the perfect time, especially if the rumor's true, where it's supposed to be Cody Rhodes versus The Rock at WrestleMania 41.
Right.
So if that's the case, then yeah, right now is the perfect time to do it.
Right now is the perfect time, and if you saw Bad Blood, I mean, he did come out.
Yeah, at the end.
At the end, he did look at both men. He did go 1, 2, 3, cut his throat, and walked away. Left a lot of people talking, like, what does he mean? You know?
And then he went over to I don't know if you saw, he cut an Instagram promo.
He did, yeah.
Where he looked at Dusty Rhodes and says, "I love you, but I hate your son's guts."
Right.
And walks off. And then he said that John Cena was something about Fruity Pebbles. Dad walked off.
Yeah, well, the way I see it, and this is my guess, this is a guess. I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to walk out champion by the end of this year. I think he's going to lose his title pretty soon.
You think so?
Yeah. So look, put it this way. Gunther is probably going to go all the way to Mania. But you can't have both champions basically have this long, long run. I feel like it doesn't make sense, having Cody Rhodes hold that title all the way to Mania as a face. It makes more sense if he was heel. I see him losing by the end of the year. What pay-per-view? That'll be a good question, but it's going to be one
pay-per-view coming up with Survivor Series, bro.
Well,
because they don't have one in December.
Not right now. I'm sure they're going to announce something pretty soon because I highly doubt they're going to go without a pay-per-view in December.
They did last year.
Did they?
Yeah, they did last year.
I'm about to look
from
that
November
up.
to January. They didn't do anything until Royal Rumble.
I don't see that this year, though. I really feel like they're going to try to, especially since, the merge with TKO, they really push more content out there. I mean, look at the UFC pushing content like crazy. They're probably going to bring back one of these pay-per-views, old ones or such. But I just don't see it, man. I feel like he's going to have to lose his title eventually. It makes more sense for him to lose it against The Rock. Because, reports were triple threat match, right? Cody, Roman versus The Rock. To me, doesn't make sense. No. I want to see The Rock versus Roman. Or hell, even The Rock versus Cody at that point, if you don't want Cody to lose the title. Doesn't make no sense that all three men are going to face each other.
Here's my take on this one. I think that it's going to be Cody versus Rock at WrestleMania 41, and Rock taking it that night. And Cody's my guy. You know me, I'm a Cody crybaby, but to be honest with you, I think Rock takes it that night. So one more time. But here's a question. Between those rumors of Ricky Starks able to be signed with WWE, but I'm not sure, but what's your decision between he signed in or going somewhere instead of WWE? Ricky Starks with WWE, dude.
Well, we don't know yet. Well, of course, he's not out of AEW yet.
He's got more of a foot out than in, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, we don't know yet. He's still getting paid. It looks like he's going out, but things could change. Obviously, we don't know his contract status. That's for sure.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know Cody's for a while.
But things could change. Tony Khan might be having something big planned for him. We'll never know till it gets closer to that point where he finally says officially I'm out, and that's when we know definitely he's WWE inbound. I mean, he's come out many times on Twitter though and says, "Why aren't they using me? Why aren't they using me? Why aren't they using me?" And he looks in great shape because for a while there was rumors that he was injured, but then he proved that otherwise.
Ricky Stark, Miro, Keith Lee. The list goes on and on.
Keith Lee's injured.
Yeah. Okay. Then Ricky Starks, Miro, Wardlow, every so often.
Yeah.
That one dude, Powerhouse.
Well, he's injured. He was injured.
Okay, now he's injured finally, but before that, he was also on the shuffle. So
well, these guys do appear, but they appear in Ring of Honor, some of them. So they appear in the lesser brand. But that's the thing. It's like you have a big roster. Unlike WWE, you don't have the TV networks to show them off just yet.
Well, now you have Max. You have HBO.
Well,
Max and Fox.
We don't know what the deal is with Ring of Honor because Tony Khan was really trying to push the whole, like, give me more time for Ring of Honor. And I know WBD weren't very interested in Ring of Honor at all. I think just for the fact that he had to really push for that to get some sort of time for them. But I don't think even then he still hasn't gotten it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man, because, I mean, Ring of Honor was big back then for the independent scene.
It really was.
But now it kind of feels like, I don't know, it feels like a dark, basically, AEW dark. And that went away. That went away to bring out ROH before the show starts. So if you ever go to the live events, it's always ROH before the show goes on. Which ROH isn't bad. It's just it wasn't what it was back in the day. It really isn't. It lost that aura, unfortunately. But as far as Ricky Stark, man, I mean, he makes more sense to be in WWE regardless, just because he's very charismatic and he has that wrestling style. Like it fits very well in the WWE right now. And if he comes in, he could be one of the biggest heels of the company. He really can be. And it'll be great to see him feud with his best friend, Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep looking. Make sure looking up for the rainy pay-per-views for the PLE for the rest of the year.
Well, one thing I want to bring up is AEW versus NXT rating wars that just happened this week. You know, they went head-to-head Tuesday, man.
Okay, how did that go?
Not well for AEW. Well, let's put it this way, man. They went head-to-head in the first time in a long time since, NXT was on Wednesdays back in the day. And let's just be real. AEW did win those rating wars, but it was always close, But during the end, NXT was dropping off. And at that point, WWE had no choice but to push them on Tuesday and let AEW have Wednesday nights. So they won the war at that time. And due to the NHL playoffs, I guess, going on, basically AEW had no choice but to air Dynamite on Tuesdays. So they went head-to-head with WWE's NXT. And when Triple H and Shawn Michaels found that out, they brought in all the big talents to come out and compete and kick their ass. Be like, well, you know what? You got us a few years back, but you ain't going to win this war this time.
They took out every single stop. They did.
Well, let me tell you the stats. NXT brought in 874,000 views that day.
Okay.
While AEW's rating only pulled 329. That's a big difference, though.
So, Brother BKL said NXT captured 318,000 viewers, demonstrating its ability to attract younger fans. AEW Dynamite, by contrast, suffered a significant decline in viewership, drawing a shocking low of 329,000 views.
Yeah, which is correct. Yeah, and it's kind of odd to see that, man. I mean, WWE did bring out the big talents, but like I said, it's a war's a war, man. I mean, you're going to bring out, you're going to compete head-to-head. You would want to bring in Randy Orton. You want to bring out everybody, man, all the big names.
I heard there was a big botch, though, from Orton himself.
Yeah, it was. He missed the RKO, unfortunately, but it was still overall a good match, a good show from both shows. I did watch both of them simultaneously, flipping channels.
Like old school?
Old school days, man. It's kind of nice sometimes to see, head-to-head competition, because I like both brands. I really do. For me, there's no tribalism, but no, I'm going to say, they lost the war on numbers. They lost the war on numbers, man. There's one for the NXT for the books, and honestly, that's a good thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and hopefully from there, I mean, NXT moving to CW is good for them because it's more of a public network, mainstream broadcast TV, and people are able to see it. So that's a good thing for them to build and grow from there. Compared when they were in the USA Network, where it's, you have to have premium cable to get that channel. But, I mean, from there on, I think it's a good thing, man. I really do think they're going to strive a lot better on the CW network than they did in the USA. And with these numbers, them beating AEW, that's something for them to hold up high, man. And, they've been doing pretty great lately, man. They're having that TNA crossovers, matches. And, of course, they're going to bring in eventually future stars from there. We know for sure Jordan Grace is going to make eventually her WWE debut official, under WWE. It's been set stories, been set in stone. But
and of course, Joe Henry.
Well, we don't know with Joe Henry, but we kind of already could tell, there's stuff there that they want to sign the guy.
The great release of Joe Henry.
Yeah. Any comments on it, by the way?
Brother, well, firstly, Brother BKL, 53% drop from the previous week. It's making him shocked.
Yeah.
Agree. However, though, I also don't. Because it does happen. I mean, when you are, as a fan, and unless you're dedicated to 329,000 people who watch it, there are dedicated fans. Every one of them could be work, could be family related, could be whatever, or they just honestly forgot because there was so much going on in their lives. We're like, all right, cool. We're so used to one thing.
It's funny. In the forum section that I joined in Facebook, someone said, I can't find NXT at AEW Dynamite tonight, and it was Wednesday night. Does anyone know what channel's on? And I'm thinking to myself, was he actually serious? Did he forget?
I think, like I said, it does happen. You forget. So we have so much of hustle and bustle. So it's not a shock to me, man. It's not like if it was a Wednesday and then stuff for that, cool. Yeah. Then I'd be shocked. Then I'm like, oh, dude, that's a lot.
The thing
but
is,
they went back a day,
yeah.
Probably did same time and everything. So it's like, all right, cool. I get it. I mean, WWE drops viewerships whenever they have to change because of a Monday night, because of NBA basketball, because of whatever. So it happens as well. It's not numbers in order for us to sit here and say, "Oh snap!" Let's go ahead and get shot. No. Just let's see what happens.
Right.
Watch. You're gonna see Wednesday. They're gonna come right back up. Cool. It's all good. No worries. Yeah. And that's what, like I said, unless you're like a die-hard fan of the product or just the wrestling in general, you're gonna see, all right, cool. Yeah, they made the change. Again, it happens.
Yeah, because at this point, it's like it was on a Tuesday night, and we know there's Wednesday night. They do great views. I mean, they do about 682 to 740, give or take.
100,000, yeah.
They get lucky, but it's a different day, man. And it's like WWE. They had to move a day back because they were losing the war at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, so it just happens, man. I don't think this is going to be permanent. I really don't.
No. I think they would have made some sort of announcement. Tony Khan seems like a very professional guy, regardless of what people say about him. He's like a professional guy. Hey, guys, letting you know, starting in like X amount of time.
Yeah,
we're gonna be streaming. We're gonna be showing us on this day.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, man, it's not like it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a very shocking number.
It is,
but it's not a worrisome number.
It wasn't. It really isn't. Yeah. I mean, as someone looking in from far, you could see that and you could be like, damn, that's a big drop. But if you really look at the whole picture, I mean, if they go back to Wednesday, they'll still get about 600 to 700, give or take. Yeah, that's their average usually that they pull in. So, but hey, who knows? We'll see this week.
We'll definitely see this week.
Yeah, I'm interested to see both numbers from NXT and AEW. Yeah. I would be shocked if NXT still keeps 800 and what was it, 860
something thousand.
Yeah, 1,000 average, man, without the extra star power. And if they do, that'd be impressive, man. That's a good sign for NXT itself. And
especially about free cable. Yeah. One more time, brother BKL said I was trying to use both AEW on television and NXT through online. So seriously, he gets what we're talking about back in the day. We had to flip between one and the other.
Yeah, that's a good way. I guess I actually did. I did what was it, NXT on Sling, and I think I did AEW on another Sling app on my laptop. So I had simultaneously going one side to one side, man. It was fun. It's like the old WWE days, man. It was great back then. Any more comments on this before we
super random? I pulled up the schedule. So this is the schedule for the rest of the year. October 27th, Halloween Havoc. It's an NXT event.
Yep.
November 2nd, Crown Jewel.
Right.
November 30th, Survivor Series War Games.
Mm-hmm.
December 14th, Saturday night main event. So it's technically not like a pay-per-view or PLE.
Whoa, wait a minute. That is a good point to bring up because they are hyping that it really big, actually.
Well, because they haven't done a Saturday main event in how many years though?
But they are hyping it up big time, and that is a perfect pay-per-view to debut The Rock versus Cody Rhodes and have The Rock go over. I'm telling you, dude, they're going to bring big numbers if they do that. That is a pay-per-view. That is a big pay-per-view. They've really been advertising the last couple of weeks. So that is a good, fact that you brought up. I personally think that match makes sense for that day, for that main event. I mean, you want more eyes on the product. You want, big Saturday night main event deal.
Especially when the channel's going to be, because it's supposed to be Universe. It's supposed to be NBC and Peacock.
And that's going to bring big views, man. I would like to see that match happen, and I would like to see The Rock go over.
We should do a live stream that day.
Of course. We'll do a live stream. Yeah, it ain't no if. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's already set in stone.
It's already set in stone. December 14th. You're going to catch us both here live.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Watching.
Yep.
Watching and commenting and everything.
Yeah, though, but no, that's an interesting fact. Also interesting is that you already seen the return of Jimmy Uso.
Yep.
OG Bloodline is back in some sort of form and way, although they are losing the numbers game right now. They're outnumbered from the new Bloodline already, and we already got the reference that Jimmy's like, we need help. We need help. We already saw SmackDown go off the air and him telling them, We really do need help, Uso. And we already know that they were referring to Jey Uso. Yeet. As Roman said, no yeet. So I'm gonna bring you one interesting thing though. What if they don't bring out Jey Uso just yet? Because we already know he is Intercontinental Champion on Raw, and he has some sort of mixed storyline with the Judgment Day right now. And I don't know if that's
Judgment Day, Braun Breaker.
It's like so many. He's throwing. Man, guy's been pushed.
Yeah.
To me, he's probably one of the.
Because of the heat.
To me, he's one of the wrestlers of the year. Yeah, the wrestler of the year, and I'm really gonna give him that title because he's been phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. He's really put the company in its back with literally just everything.
Yeah, because he was really like a mid-carder, and he just flew up to like main event. He lived up to the name. I personally got to say, and I really love the blue Intercontinental Championship look, man. I mean, yeah, I like the title. I mean, I don't know about you, but I really like the
title. It looks nice. I like the fact that they're allowing people to start like customizing titles. Not super like John Cena, but you customize, add your plates, add this, add that, whatever it is. Right. So yeah, I like that. Brother BK, don't forget, between Bloodline Saga plus Jay got Intercontinental Championship. Remember, he needs to lose it until he returns. Mm-hmm. So honestly, if I was to say something, I think that Jay may lose the title at Crown Jewel.
Against who?
Possibly Braun Breaker, round 2. I can see it happening.
But I mean, here's the thing though. Braun did give him his props, and we've seen Braun turn face. So it's just kind of odd to put. WWE doesn't really like going face versus face. That is the issue here. Because you watch Raw, he did give him the props. He did, which was kind of odd from Braun. He comes in, destroys a bunch of people every week. All of a sudden, it's like, you beat me, I'm gonna turn face because you kick my ass. Which doesn't make any sense, really. But
all you need is a swift kick in the ass to change your thoughts and processes, man.
Yeah, but if that's the case, if Braun is going face, it doesn't make sense to go face versus face in WWE's eyes. So without him out of the picture,
maybe KO.
But that's the thing; he's on SmackDown, though, bro. And we already know KO is having this feud with Cody right now, which I think is going to cost them. And Randy. Well, we don't know what Randy Orton is going to do. We could only imagine a turn eventually, but we don't know yet, So maybe he keeps the title. Maybe he still holds on to it. Because let's be real, he sells merchandise.
A lot of
merchandise.
I mean, I have a Yeet shirt myself, so yeah.
Yeah, so he sells merchandise, and I don't think he's going to lose the title anytime soon. I think he's just going to keep holding on to him.
I think so too.
Yeah, but I also don't think he's just going to jump right away. Maybe until he gets closer towards then, or maybe not at all. You never know. I mean, we still got Cody Rhodes in that storyline. But an interesting member that I want to say that they might bring out is Zilla Fatu.
You think so?
Why not? They need help. They may not be Roman may not be referring to Jay, but he says, I got someone else. Yeah. And they already know. I think he signed. I think he already ended his independence.
Fatu signed a while back.
But he also ended his work at the promotion he was in recently. Like, he's done. So that means it's only a matter of time.
Look how long it took Jacob Fatu to debut. For how long he was signed. Yeah, that's what I'm like. It took him a while.
I mean, we also got a couple of, other brothers that haven't been debuting.
What about whatever happened to the tall Tonga brother?
Yeah, Ayala.
He's been signed for months, dude.
Well, allegedly, because we don't know if that rumor was true. Because if you're signed for months, man, why are you keeping these secrets out of us, man? Come on, when are you going to debut these people, man? Is it going to be like a literally Avengers movie where all these Samoans just come out of nowhere?
Samoans assemble.
Avengers, yeah. The Avengers Assemble thing. But I really think that it makes more sense for Zilla Fatu to come out and appear finally and back them up, family-wise. Because, we expect Jay. We expect Sammy even. But why not just throw us a curveball and just give us someone like him? Just come out of nowhere, left field,
Can you imagine Sammy coming out wearing a shirt that says, feeling Usi?
Yeah.
Oh, God, dude. That merchandise will pop and it'll sell out in an hour.
But that's the thing, man. It's like, it's hard, though, when you have the brand split. And it's hard where you have now Raw moving into Netflix and SmackDown going to the USA. And then just having people jump back and forth. It's not as easy as it was when it was in premium cable. So it's just kind of a hard move to do sometimes now. I feel like this is going to be the last time they're going to do this.
I feel like this is, I mean, why not? If this is the last time, why not with this storyline? The storyline that's been for years.
Mm-hmm.
For years, for goodness sakes. Like, this storyline has been developing and keep growing and keep increasing and everything. So why not? If you're going to do the cross-band thing one more time, this is your moment. Run with it.
We got a comment again.
Brother BK. Unfortunately, fellas, I'm not sure between Zella Fatu. The rumor spread shows Hikilo could able to join Solo's bloodline, but Roman OG bloodline will get Jimmy, Jay, Sammy. Oh God, it definitely add Cody. Who's next?
See, now that's the thing. I do see Cody in this bloodline, but at the same time, it's going to be hard when you have, Kevin Owens on his ass. And we don't know what Randy Orton's side is going to be at.
Brothers, we're forgetting one thing, though. When is Paul Heyman going to come back?
Yeah,
I said plain and simple, man. When's the wise man coming back?
Well,
listen, we could talk about Cody. I want my wise man back, man.
You know what's funny and interesting is that as Roman was giving out his promo on SmackDown, I don't know if you caught this, but he told Jimmy, this is a brother thing. I don't really have anything to tell you because I'm not a wise man yet.
Oh,
that's kind of an interesting thing to say as Roman. Like, you can see a future where he's going to be a wise man eventually.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting to see, man. But that's probably years down the line. He's kind of going. He's kind of giving you a foreshadowing of the future.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, man, to see Roman as a wise man. Not gonna lie.
Okay, if you don't add Cody, if he wants to talk about a brother thing, there's a brother out there that he always refers to. Little brother.
Yeah.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Maybe.
I could see that happening. I could see Seth joining.
But
because you notice the dude, he's always dropped the promo and said, brother, and then talks and refers to Seth as literally always little brother. But this could be the moment where he's like, look, dude, I don't have anywhere else to go. I know you had your problems with them. I've had my problems with them. Let's bury it, finish the hatchet, and finish them off. Little brother, one last time.
Could be, but there's just some things in that storyline that wouldn't make sense. And it's just the fact that he wanted to go out there and destroy Roman because he built a monster.
He did.
And then not only that, but we don't know exactly the plans between, we're already seeing them staring at each other on Raw, CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
We already know that feud is going to come pretty soon. Now that he's done with Drew McIntyre, this feud is going to continue on eventually.
Drew McIntyre, honestly, for me, man of the year for his work. Right. God, he's done fantastic stuff.
Yep.
Brother BKL, to me, Paul Heyman is just so over the top. I got to tell you, a lot of people give him credit for he wanted to be a character actor, so I guess he didn't sleep or something, and he didn't shave, and his eyes were all red. I got to tell you something, honestly. I've gone 24 hours without sleeping. I'm not looked as hideous as that. From 10:45 onwards, it says on somewhere.
It's good makeup.
Yeah, very good makeup. Honestly though, like you can tell, man, Paul Heyman gets deep into his roles.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, the guy's always been known to cut promos, man. He's passionate about his stuff, man. From back in the day till now, bro, he's always been on it, man. I mean, look at when he was Brock Lesnar's manager, dude. I mean, the guy was dramatic. Yeah, but even back then and back in 2002, man, the guy was always hilarious.
My client, Brock Lesnar. Oh God.
I'm talking about pre-Brock Lesnar, like before the
we always call him like that, Brock Lesnar. Always said like with like a role and emphasis on the R.
Yeah, but not the advocate.
No, he wouldn't call himself advocate. We always just say my client, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but actually before that, he never had the advocate or that role. He was just going out the dome until he came back. His return. Yeah, that was when he started really kicking it off, man. But the guy was always talented, man. The guy was a good commentator too. The guy just had it all, man. He's really the last of his era. Like, yeah, because manager-wise, there's not that many left, man. There really isn't.
You can't replace him. You can't even put someone near him.
Nah.
He's the last of the breed, man. Literally, that's the Mohicans you can call it. I would just say this, man. If in regards to that one, when he comes back, he's going to get in a huge pile. And I feel that, I'll say again, Don't be surprised if Paul's like, hey, my tribal chief, I was doing some work behind the scenes all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes again, little brother. I feel, dude, for some odd reason, I feel like he's gonna be the guy.
And what if he heel turns Roman Reigns just like he did Brock Lesnar?
Oh,
because let's be real, Paul Heyman is better off always as a heel.
And then go solo.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. Because in the end, man, The Rock does pull more power.
Yeah,
and it might not even been.
Boss.
And yeah, it might. And in the end of the day, yeah, what's his name? Solo is the head of the table, but we all know the final boss is the final boss.
He's the final boss.
Yeah. So in the end of the day, they all might be just planning this whole big plan the whole time.
Paul Heyman is one of these. Solo Sikoa, as he's pinning Roman Reigns.
Yeah. We got another comment.
Guys, I think I found it. It says on Vince Russo, so it could be somewhere until Survivor Series begins until end of Crown Jewel.
Wait, this did he say Vince Russo?
Yeah.
I don't, bro. I want to know how much, credit you could give that guy, bro.
Because there's so much bros.
Yeah.
He used the word bro more than Matt Riddle.
I mean, he probably has some sort of like inside resource. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know, man. With these guys,
I find like he's the Hulk Hogan nowadays of wrestling.
When it comes to podcasters,
yeah, when it comes to wrestling writers and people, like I get it. You're hurt because you got let go like during all this, and you went to TNA and didn't work out. You have a chip on your shoulder.
And maybe I'm biased in a way, because I'm actually more of a Jim Cornette guy.
Same thing.
Yeah, I really love Jim Cornette. I think the guy's hilarious. Good mind. I may not agree with them all the time on certain things, but he has a good mind of wrestling. He really does. Very talented guy. But regardless, intelligent. But who knows, man? I mean, it may be true. So
could be, but yeah.
But either way, man, it's gonna. I mean, we already know Bloodline season's already started.
It really has.
Yeah, it's about time, man. Things are going to get interesting because let's just be real. I mean, in my personal opinion, the last couple of weeks and even months after Mania, it just hasn't been great.
That was insane.
It's been kind of stale, dull, predictable.
Yeah, especially the PLEs. All of them have been predictable.
And, I mean, this last one wasn't that great in my opinion. Like, honestly, 2 out of the 5 matches were great. Everything else was kind of like, But hey, you know what? It's WrestleMania season is coming our way.
Literally.
So let's just see what happens, man.
After Survivor Series, if you think about it, it's WrestleMania season.
Man, I can't wait, dude. And I can't wait to see what the Bloodline storyline has built for us for the next couple of weeks.
Gotta ask, do you think they're going to start revealing the next 2 members?
Sooner or later, but I don't know when because we have Crown Jewel and it doesn't make sense for them to come out around that time.
I'm saying because if you think about it, they're not much. They're about a month apart. Yeah, no, okay, I can see that, man. Because they're a month apart because it's coming at the end for Crown Jewel. So yeah, after that, then I can see them like 1 week, the next week the other one. I can see that.
Got another comment here. I just saw.
Unfortunately, I'm acting like I'm acting like. Are you seriously? Also, I don't watch that. Only Busted Open. Okay, cool.
So you watch Busted Open? Yeah, that's okay too. Yeah, that's the one with Dave Meltzer, if I'm correct, right?
I think so.
Yeah. My personal opinions with Dave Meltzer. He does have some insights. He's not bad. I mean, I agree with all of this stuff, but he is knowledgeable. He's been doing this for a while. So.
For years.
Guys are definitely
I just think the bias has got to go with him. That's it.
Well, he's been kind of honest the last couple of weeks, especially with the AEW NXT. I mean, look, does he have some tribalism? Yes. I'm sure he does. I mean, but we all do to an extent, even if we don't want to admit it. I'm sure I have it. You have it. Everybody has it. But I do give him credit where credit's due. I do follow him. Plus, I also like Tommy Dreamer's usually on there. Yeah. Bubba Ray, which he's very knowledgeable as well. Ray. Yeah, Bully Ray, whatever you want to call him. Hey, it's fine with me, but he's very knowledgeable, man. That guy is definitely a great mindset of the business. I love hearing him talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But honestly, man, it'll be interesting to see. Any more comments? I got one. Just you heard, and this is probably be our last one, unless you find something interesting. Well, let me throw 2 at you. Actually, a personal opinion. Crown Jewel title, the new one that they unveiled, the this big title that I don't think is gonna fit in anybody's waist. Maybe Gunther. because I don't see that on Cody Rhodes. What do you think of that, man? Just personal opinion. That's it. I'm gonna tell you mine. It's fucking awful, man. That shit god awful. If they put that on the market right now, I will buy the Divas title, and I'm talking about the Divas title, the pink one. I will buy that fucking title before I buy Crown Jewel's out.
You know what? I gotta see this title again because a lot of people were giving it kudos and praises, and they were saying, "Oh, dude, it looks On social media, like on the Instagram page, a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, man, it looks so awesome," and dude, this is blah blah blah, this and that, and I'm like, I mean, I get the concept. However, though,
I mean, were they blind? Because I was wearing sunglasses that day I saw it on the pay-per-view on this live stream, and even through these eyes, that just looked god awful.
It's just so huge.
I don't see it, man. I don't see the appeal of it, but that's just maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just didn't like it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was done by the Saudi Prince himself.
I could see that.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Gunther's gonna win it.
I could see that. That's probably a prediction I could stand by too, because it makes more sense to have him win it and have Cody lose it, and to be more vulnerable when it comes to this whole bloodline storyline. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton.
This could be where we were just talking about it not so long ago. It kind of ties into it again. Cody could be that fourth member because of guess what? Bloodline's going to interfere. Mm-hmm. Solo's going to feel like, hey, dude, you cost me so many matches. It's time I finally cost you something.
Yeah, and let's put it this way. This is the reason why I say I think Cody's going to lose the title by the end of the year, because this is his downfall. You're losing the fight everywhere you go. You're getting hit at every site. You go one way, you're getting attacked by the bloodline. You go that way, you're getting attacked from your friends.
Well, that way you're being attacked by the Judgment Day.
Yeah, so you can't go anywhere without losing at this point. He's going to lose the title, in my opinion, by the end of the year.
I can see it happening, though. And again, I'm a Cody Crybaby, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good direction for me. I really think that we should go.
I think at that point, it definitely also does. If you especially slap it on the Rock, because unfortunately, let's be honest, man, the WWE title for a while, it's always been a part-time title.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like, all right, cool. Like, I get it. No worries. You put it on the Rock. He gets his moment. It's all good. No worries. No concerns.
Right. And then one more thing. I don't know if you saw CM Punk's little promo that he cut on Raw, but there was kind of like people hinting that he might retire pretty soon.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think that the way, and I would say this, if he does retire, I think it's actually due to the fact that the last year that he's been in WWE, his return has been great. And I'm not saying great as in wrestling wise. I'm saying great as a backstage role, because in some sort of way, he is mentoring a lot of the younger talents.
All right, Jada was getting with.
And he's very invested in NXT, where I think he wants to be at. He wants to have a backstage role and just live the rest of his life being creative or helping mentoring these young talents. Kind of like what William Regal's doing, which I think in that point he finally found his passion, his peace. And I do think that maybe in about 2 years at max, I think he might announce his retirement. He might be done with wrestling, because I mean it's like the John Cena thing where out of nowhere it just came out like I'm retiring, and he might have seen that. He might have been like, "Damn, if Cena's doing that, maybe I should call it quits too."
Yeah, I mean he also just saw Bryan Danielson do it, so I mean this all happened before, so I mean I can seem like dude, I think it's time for me to hang up the boots.
Yeah, because at the same time, man, you don't want to go into business, get hurt at an old age. And just don't be the Undertaker, man.
I was just about to say, you don't want to be Undertaker. You don't want to be Ric Flair.
H.
You don't want to be Triple H. You don't want to be Shawn Michaels. You don't want to be those guys that's like in their 50s, 60s, still trying to make. And I get it. You want to make a check. I get them. And I'm all for hard work. I'm all for dedication. But there comes a time where it's like we're watching it as fans. We're like, it's a nice pop. It's cool to see. But like, it's just so bad.
And then some of those wrestlers, some of these legends never even had a moment in the sunlight for that. Look at Hulk Hogan. He never had an official retirement match.
No.
And he wants that. You can tell, like, in his interviews, like, I do want. Well, he's never going to wrestle again. Yeah, he kind of admits it, like, I'm not going to get back in the ring. I can't. Like, his body's beat up. And it's unfortunate, man. And, some of these younger, I want to say younger wrestlers, because they're up there, but some of these guys younger than them, they're like, well, do I want to end up like that? Or do I want to ride up high?
I think at this point, the most modern one we could talk about is Undertaker and Ric Flair.
And Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sting, because there was a couple times I saw him in AEW when I went to live, and I was like, "Oh, bro, you really just gotta call the quits."
But the guy still looked pretty well. See, here's the thing about Sting, though, that I give him credit is that the guy always trained his ass off as an old age.
But if you think about it, though, like the last couple of years of his career with AEW, it was mostly tag team matches.
Well, that's the thing. They knew how to keep him away from the
Yeah.
action and kept the special attraction of Sting, where you bring him in, you have his big move, no sell, where he gets hit by a chair shot, no sells it, and he goes crazy. And to me, that always worked. I always loved it. I honestly thought that's the aura of Sting. You made him look strong. You made him go out strong. And we finally got that good feel moment for one of the biggest legends of the 90s.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because he never got that moment for sure. And, WWE, unfortunately, due to the botch, that happened.
That happened with Seth Rollins. But
And for a time being, we thought he was never going to get that moment in the sunlight.
yeah.
Yeah, so, no, we got to appreciate that at least he got that pop, At least he got that, send his flowers his way finally.
Absolutely, 100%.
So, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. And just to, there was quite a bit of hints. And CM Punk's one of those guys who likes to throw subliminal shots out there and for the fans to catch. And I think some people did catch it. I did catch it. We don't know when. We can't say. We can only speculate. And that's what we're here for,
I
man.
think it's going to be within 2 years. And yeah, you're right on that one. I'm probably thinking 2 years. I'm going to say, all right, man, this is my retirement tour. And don't be surprised if it's in Chicago. Like his last match.
Man, it has to be in Chicago.
It has to be Chicago. Regardless of WrestleMania, regardless of everything, it just has to be Chicago.
It has to be in Chicago, man. Chi-Town, that's where we're at. I know we're rocking Green Bay right now, but
Especially the Bear.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it has to be in Chicago. It has to be his hometown, and it has to be a good feel moment in a way. Or hell, put someone over. It's all up to him, and at the end of the day, it's all up to him. Otherwise, any more comments? Any more?
I'm good, man.
No? Shout out to brother
BKL, man. Honestly, dude, kept us entertained, kept the conversation going, man. Really, honestly, we appreciate it.
We appreciate you a lot, man. Thank you, and the rest of you guys out there tonight. Thank you for joining us late night on Sunday. Yeah. Yep. We'll all be here next week, maybe.
So we'll be here next week.
Yeah, next week. So like I said, guys, like and subscribe, but we're out tonight, man.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.